Everybody, welcome back. It's Common Denominator here, checking out some experimental music on 88.7 out of Claremont here in Southern California. Wanted to talk to you guys about something that's been on my mind lately. I want to talk to you about some things I've heard in some videos over the last couple of years, and I'm just kind of putting two and two together. And it's about the topic of interracial dating and the fallback, or interracial dating as a second option. And it seems like, let me turn this music down. It seems like whenever I'm listening to someone talk about interracial dating, it seems like they talk about interracial dating as almost a form of protest in some cases. And it doesn't matter what gender, and it doesn't matter what race. Recently I saw a video with, I won't mention the channel, but I saw a video where a white woman was actually discussing how white men no longer want white women after a certain period of time, and how they just kind of abandon these white women who, or they don't want them if their bodies aren't perfect. And because these white men demand perfection, these white women feel abandoned. So as a form of protest, the white woman mentions, go get you a black man who isn't as concerned with physical appearances, which is so pathetic to hear that. But what she's saying is that if these white men were interested in her, or in these white women, she would date them. So what she's saying is because these white men don't want her, her backup plan is black men. So this means that black men were never the first option. They were never the first option. Now, if you're a black guy and you're hearing this, that should be extremely offensive to you. Okay? That should be extremely offensive for a number of reasons. Now, this situation, I've noticed, works in a few ways. Unfortunately, due to I think it's a little bit different though with black women. Black women are facing women in general face a numbers issue. There's just more women than men, so there's always going to be some women left over. But with black women, there are some other unique factors and unique variables that come into play. But here's the thing. There are similarities in which black women and the white men are facing black women and white women are facing similar, are saying similar things when it comes to the fallback. I don't think people I mean, right now, as it stands, there are black women who are, you know, they're being passed up by black men because a lot of black men are dating interracially or looking for light-skinned women or, whatever. And what's happening is a lot of black women are forced into second options. There's some black women who don't want to give up on their first choice, which is, whatever it might be. And a lot of black women are feeling forced into a second option. In which cases it's all other men outside of black men. And it seems, it just, something about it just seems, it just doesn't seem right. So, I mean, it seems, it's unfortunate. It's an unfortunate situation. And out of an unfortunate situation, this backup, this this backup, this idea of a backup plan, this idea of a plan B, which is what it seems like a lot of interracial dating has become for some women. For some women, rarely now it's causing me to analyze, because I have looked at some black guys' comments, and a lot of black men, it seems that they just aren't satisfied with what they see with black women, so they pursue other women. And it seems like the other women are, in a way, they become a backup, a plan B. But in some cases, mainly with men, though, mainly with black men. I'm going to speak on black men, and I'm going to speak on Asian women for a second. There are black men, instead of, sometimes other women become a fallback, but I would say the majority of times, other women of other races become the primary choice, which is, I think, what's going on right now. In that respect, black men and Asian women have a lot in common. A lot of Asian women prefer white men and will date a white man first and primary over their own men. And I don't even think Asian men are even a fallback in some cases. It's kind of sad. I had an Asian friend talk to me about this situation, Asian guy, and he was really, he hated Asian women because of this, because Asian women just preferred to date, white guys first and just didn't even give them the time of day. And it seems like it's something that's been kind of, baptized into the culture, where it's like white men they're just born for white men. And it's like, it's not even considered interracial dating. There's zero taboo surrounding it. It's just, this is what we do. We date white men. And it's kind of becoming like that with black men and Latina women and black men. And I'd say mainly Latina women. It's just kind of like it's nobody really bats an eyelid. It's just what it is. It's almost normal. So the whole concept of the interracial dating and the fallback, I want to hear what you guys have to say about this, what your thoughts are. These have been my thoughts. Is it really fair to that other race that, hey, had the guys in my race not messed up, had the guys in my race been willing to date me, we wouldn't have even been together right now. It just seems really messed up. I mean, what do you think? It seems kind of messed up. It seems like, well, you're second choice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand that the second choice is sometimes a necessary choice, and it's something that has to be done because of numbers. But when you're second choice because you're forced, because that person's been forced into that choice, how does that make you feel? Wow. Anyway, let me hear your comments. Common denominator.